Hey guys, welcome to the second podcast of dorksandforks.com. I'm Brian Wild, host and creator of Dorks and Forks. Sitting across from me is, again, Dan Sanchez.
Hello.
Co-host and our social media guru.
Oh, if you will.
And Dan, let me just say, I'm super excited today. Our guest, legend amongst men, Aaron Dilks.
Nice. That's a nice intro, man.
We like it.
Take that.
I mean, I'm so happy that you're here with us
Thanks,
today.
brother. It's good to be here, man. I
when
was just driving down the street and smelled it was this unbelievable smell. Pulled over, came in. This is where I'm at.
In a good way.
Okay.
An
Oh, it was
unbelievable
unbelievable.
well, I mean, it is Wilmington, so you never know if you're gonna get like
That's true.
if you're gonna get like the dump or any of that.
This is Mac Daddy.
Hey, dude, thank you so much. When Dan and I were really starting to put the show together, and we were thinking about guests that we should have, you were like top of my list.
Oh, thanks, brother.
And I wasn't even sure if we could get you just because you're Aaron Dilks.
Ah, come on.
You know what I mean?
Good. That's a nice intro.
I mean, what your resume is just astounding.
done a couple things.
Yeah, a few.
Couple. Yeah.
You've done a couple things. I could name a few.
Yeah. I've done, yeah.
We could watch a few.
Yes, you could.
Wait a minute.
Hey, now.
Wait a minute.
So, the theme for the show today is Oktoberfest.
Nice.
Band. Because Sangerbonds is holding their annual Oktoberfest festival next week here in Newark. And it's just great. It's a 3-day festival. And it's just something that, is a Delaware tradition, something we, everybody tries to get out to in the fall. And it's just great,
Been there in the past?
Yeah, we try to go annually.
Nice.
And, ever since, you've got weekends. Dan, have you ever been?
Yeah, we, I think me, you, and a couple of our buddies were there a few years ago, actually.
How drunk was I?
That was,
man?
we
Hey,
were
Dan.
all...
Yeah, I was standing right
we were
next
all
to you.
pretty ripe that day. I remember losing a pair of sunglasses, as I often do when I go to any event.
Right on.
Either a wedding or
Right.
another drinking experience.
Yeah.
I always lose sunglasses.
Yeah, and now that I have children, it's we only get really to go on the Sundays,
Right.
because it's like kid friendly. The rides are there. It's just not.
I mean, you could
insane
take your
yet.
kid on a Friday night, but
You might lose them.
I think just that's bad parenting.
you could.
Yeah.
You might lose
With
them.
the alcohol involved, it's a
what I
chance
mean.
of losing them.
Speaking of, so we have a few surprises. We have a few guests coming on. We have Aaron Dilks as our guest in third chair. Thank you very much. We also have Sarah J coming on as our musical guest. She's gonna, we're gonna play her video. She just dropped a video on YouTube, and we're gonna play that for everyone.
Nice.
I think that should be fun. And then we also have Brandy the bartender. She's gonna come in.
Oh, Brandy the bartender.
Yeah, a lot of people will know her.
If you've been to a bar in Wilmington, you've met
probably known her
and experienced Brandy and her wonderful way of making and mixing drinks.
Nice.
Yeah, so
And I'll test that out for
she
you.
created a original cocktail based on our menu today, based on our Oktoberfest. I love that. I love it.
awesome.
You can hear my kids playing in the background.
They're having fun,
That's-
man.
Yeah, this is
So
great.
let it be.
It's a family show.
Absolutely.
We'll see. We'll get a little booze in there, and we'll see if there's going to be a family show.
Trying to go left or right somewhere.
So yeah, she's gonna come. We asked her to create a original German style cocktail based on our recipe and what we're providing today, and I think she put something nice together. A little something called the Bavarian Mule. It's a take on the
Moscow Mule.
Moscow Mule. So
I dig it. I like it.
I'm thinking there's gonna be some ginger beer, probably maybe a bit of vodka.
With a vodka.
And then who knows what else? Maybe some Berenjeger and some limes and some bitters and maybe
all these
everything.
things that are right in front of us on the table. Who'd have thunk?
Speaking of,
What else we got here?
man, I think we should eat. So, our test kitchen, our Dorks and Forks test kitchen, we actually have a test kitchen expert. Her name is Denise Nordheimer. She had put together this kind of recipe that we're using today. We had kind of researched German-style dishes, and then we had kind of honed it and kind of made it our own. So today we are doing a bacon and ale braised red cabbage over a delicious American-style bratwurst.
And this is the scent that Aaron must have been getting on his way
It's
in.
unbelievable, yeah.
It smells so good.
So
smells delicious.
I think we should just dive in. I mean,
yeah.
Let's do
I don't
it.
see there's no reason why not to eat right now.
I mean, it's just getting cold, right? Otherwise.
So guys, as you eat and as you enjoy, talk about it. Of course, the recipe will be up on our website this time, unlike our last show.
Hey, my recipes are up there. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, no, I completely slacked. I was just a busy.
They're on our
busy
Google
week.
Plus page. They're on our Tumblr.
Yeah, let me get a bite of this too. Somebody,
it's really
somebody
good,
speak
man.
while I. Eat.
This is the cabbage has a really great flavor, and then there's
Yep.
bacon in here as well.
Yep.
thick cut,
Thick cut bacon.
thick cut bacon,
Yeah, and the cabbage still has it's still firm. It's not real,
overcooked.
overcooked. Yeah, it's
Still a little bite.
Good flavor, and then that dill on there, man.
That's the key.
Oh, yeah, the key, is you've got that fresh herb that you finish the plate with. Basically, I'll kind of walk you through it real quick. A little olive oil in a Dutch oven.
Wait a minute. Oh, what?
Dutch oven. Now, when I say Dutch oven, it's not what you're thinking, Dan.
Thank God.
Okay.
When you're laying in
That's
bed
disgusting.
next to someone, and your partner's next to you, right? And you just rip one, and then you pull that blanket over
Pull the
their
blankets
head.
up and make them suffer.
Okay, that in one way is called a Dutch oven.
But that's not what you cooked.
That is not what I cooked.
Thank God.
This in. A Dutch oven is basically kind of a cast iron pot, right? But it's kind of porcelain wrapped,
Right.
lined. And you could start it off on your stovetop, so you could do your deglazing and your browning of meats and everything, and then you could kind of take that and put it right into the oven, and use it there. So anyway, you start with a little olive oil, stovetop it, right? Your Dutch oven in the beginning. Do a little olive oil, and then I took the brats, and these are like American brats. They're like pre-cooked. I found them in the Acme.
Right.
They're about $6 for like a 6-pack of them, or something,
Really?
or 4-pack or whatever, pre-cooked. Yeah, I was thinking about going to My Al down in Lancaster Avenue, but not everybody could get there.
Right. Making it easy for the at-home cook to access these
for the home
ingredients.
chef. It's like you go to Acme, you could just pick them up. So you take that, you brown your brats, then you just remove them. After that, you kind of chop up your thick cut bacon, which I got from the butcher. I didn't buy just pre stuff. You get it from, and the butcher there at the Acme, in Charlie
Right
Square.
there in the store.
Yeah, and they usually have slabs. No, they usually have this kind of like slab of like
Because I have a
thick.
real hard time finding thick cut bacon.
Yeah. Well, the Acme, surprisingly had it.
Really?
Yeah, and they've always had it. Sometimes it looks off. Sometimes it looks like it's been sitting a little too long.
Right.
Yeah, don't
But,
buy it
'cause-
that day.
But then in that case, just get your Oscar Mayer or whatever. But so you chop that up in 1-inch cubes. After you've taken it out, you throw that in, right? So now you're going to render down that fat of the bacon.
So good.
And then that fat starts rendering down and stuff. Then you throw in, a large white onion. You kind of throw that in. You let that kind of slowly kind of saute a bit until the edges become translucent. Right? Super good.
Yeah.
And then after you've taken your red cabbage, it could be green cabbage, but red is just makes the plate pop, because when you're done with it, it's kind of purple.
Could you do a mix of both?
I don't see why not.
Sure.
But once you add that fresh dill, I think is when
It's a nice little flavor there.
it's almost like the Joker. I mean, you've got this red and purple dynamic on your plate,
Yeah,
and ultimately
green,
that's kind of what
purple.
you're looking for, is that plate presentation as well, because that's going to wow your guests too at home, not just how delicious it is, but
It's
the
good, and there's
plate
a nice
presentation.
snap on the brats too. Like you seared them off just nicely.
Perfectly. And so basically, then you throw in your cabbage, and you sit there and you toss that around so it gets all that bacon fat and the onion and all mixed in with it. Same with the onion. And then I deglaze the pan with a bit of apple cider vinegar.
Brian, for those guests out there that don't know, can you define deglaze? I'm put you on the spot.
Sure. So basically, as you're sautéing or as you're cooking, right, you're gonna get all those little. Your pan's gonna kind of get black of char and those.
There's flavor crystals, if you
Those
will.
little flavor crystals, and it's important to keep that. And deglazing a pan is basically, as it's super hot, you add a liquid to it, and then you kind of scrape the bottom off, and that liquid will it'll deglaze your pan. It'll kind of pull off all those little black bits of flavor that are on the bottom of your pan, and then actually help you mix that back into your food.
That's such a nice. I mean, if I read the Wikipedia version of what
Well, what's it say?
deglazing is. It says is a cooking technique for removing and dissolving browned food residue from a pan to make a sauce known as a pan sauce. That is often, accompanied with sautéed meats. The brown residue is due to either the Maillard reaction or to caramelization.
Yeah, caramelization. So with your onions or, yeah, all of that. Yeah, it's even if you did a mirepoix, which was like celery, carrots, and onion in the bottom of that
The
pan.
holy trinity of food.
Well, no, so the Trinity, no, that's a whole nother, that's New
Well, it's
Orleans cooking. Mirepoix, yeah, is a French technique of flavor building, that carrot. Oh, man. This is what we classify as food porn. It's that gratuitous appreciation of the
Absolutely.
culinary arts. I mean, we're just sitting here geeking out on food and technique, and maybe I came a little in my pants just now with this dish.
This is delicious, though. But I mean, so this beer that we're pairing this with.
Oh, yeah. So basically, well, hold on. Slow down there, Sanchez.
Killer.
So basically, cabbage is in there, right? And then, of course, salt and pepper and stuff. So you've got onion, bacon, you've got your cabbage, your bacon fat. Then you throw your brats back in.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and that's going to help everything kind of cook up and flavor, and the fat from the brats are going to come out. Then this is when the braising comes in. So braising, Dan, are you aware of
I believe, Brian,
what braising
If the
is?
internet's
The braising
correct.
if the braising technique is?
braising is to cook food slowly in fat and a small amount of liquid in a covered pot. So,
I'm sorry, one more time.
to cook food slowly in fat and a small amount of liquid in a covered pot is what the Merriam-Webster definition of braising is, or to
Gotcha.
braise.
Yeah, any kind of stock, if you're doing chicken or vegetable, beef stock, any stocks,
Any liquid of
any kind.
yeah. So we chose
Yeah, but a confit, a French technique of confit, is
Confit.
basically without the stock. You're just cooking it in its own fat.
right.
Like
Like when you get the duck confit,
That's
it's
a
just
duck
like
confit.
you
It's
just
just-
see those guys on TV with the pan, and it's tilted, and they're just like spooning that fat right back on. Oh my god,
that's how you braise. I mean, that's how you confit.
that's how you confit.
It's so
confit
good.
like a mother. All right, never mind.
Oh yeah. So anyway, I braised this in. What we're gonna put up on our website as our beer review of the month is probably my favorite German style American
German
craft
style
beer.
style?
Right? Because you go to Oktoberfest and you're gonna be looking at Hacker Shores,
Sure.
Paulaner,
yeah.
all the Spaten, all those great German beers. But I really want to kind of showcase an American style. So I brought up the Victory Fest beer. Now this I've been a big fan of, and it comes and goes really quickly. So if
Victory.
you
I
see
mean,
it-
all of Victory stuff is really good in my book. I've had great success in my gullet and my stomach with delicious Victory beers all over the place. So
Yeah, and this is a rich amber lager in the tradition of Oktoberfest. Friendship and camaraderie, this is what it says on the side of the bottle. Friendship and camaraderie, the two keys to any festive event. And then there's the beer. It should be full-bodied yet infinitely smooth, seductively malty, with a kiss of the hops for balance. This is our fest beer, painstakingly crafted from German malts. Oh, man. What the hell? Where does that? Look at that.
all right, hold on. Decoction.
Decoction.
Wait a second.
That's a new word.
DECOCTION.
What is that?
Decoction brewed for. Oh, well, let's look it up.
So decoction brewed for full flavor and carefully aged for depth and character. Gather with your friends for a festive moment of victory.
Decoction. I feel like I'm misspelling me right now.
Yeah.
Or phonetically, it's like decoction.
Decoction. Okay.
Decoction. I don't know. Very German, apparently. The liquor resulting from concentrating the essence of a substance by heating or boiling, especially a medicinal preparation made from a plant. Or the
I
the
love
action
medicinal
or process of extracting the essence of something.
Wow.
The decoction.
I love medicinal plants.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Oh, we talked about those medicinal plants last show. So this Victory Fest beer, the Beer Advocate actually gives an 83 rating. So it's like a good rating in their scale of stuff. It's tasty. It goes nicely with what we're eating here today. So
It's delicious, man. It's awesome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and of course, you throw in some caraway seed because caraway is distinctly German.
caraway.
I mean, sure, sometimes it's like, we're
Different
eating
song.
a slice of rye bread, but dude,
I
with
like
this
rye bread.
cabbage, it's great.
It's great. No,
I threw
it's actually a great flavor.
you could put in Dijon mustard you've got apple cider vinegar, which is a great German tip. You have caraway seed, which is distinctly German. You've got your German beer, and then I used Polish spicy beer mustard also in the cabbage, because you want that acidity. I also threw in some brown sugar into it.
Nice.
Kind of sweet, kind of bitey with the vinegar from the mustard and the apple cider vinegar.
Right.
Caraway seed. Dude, I mean, I think this hits on all points. Yeah. And then I finished it with fresh dill. This is important for any home cook to do, is even if you're doing eggs, if you're doing anything, you need your fresh herbs, whether it's from the garden or from the Acme. You just chop them up right there, and then you finish your plate. And it's that pop of freshness. It's what adds that color to your plate. And it's just a great tip for the home chef.
But let me also say that, as a garnish, I personally say stay away from that kind of stuff. Like, if it doesn't add anything to the flavor.
So if
Don't
you're
put it
talking
on
like
the dish.
parsley for parsley,
So like a lot of restaurants, a lot of restaurants, you go to a restaurant and it's just like gratuitous amounts of green parsley or green something.
Like watercress.
And it's like, oh, let me try that with that. And it's just like, that's not.
It's just like a green next to a plate.
That's like when you go to like restaurants and they give you like just an extra side of lettuce and tomato just for something on the plate. Like, no, look, you're wasting your food cost. That is food cost that you guys are screwing up on somewhere.
I mean, Aaron, you've been all around the world with the bands that you've toured with. I mean, I'm sure you've been in some legit restaurants.
Absolutely.
I mean, how do you feel about gratuitous amounts of garnish?
Yeah, I don't really see it over there. I see it more in the States than anywhere else.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, especially like France. I mean, the cuisine in France is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And there's so many good chefs over there. England, even though I was actually born in England, but it took me a long time to get used to English food for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I spent a semester there in college, and like they gave us the hotel we were staying at, the President Hotel, gave us a free breakfast every morning.
Right.
But it was like the weirdest stuff, like fish, baked beans. It was just like what?
Yeah.
What really bad powdered eggs?
Real bad. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was like wartime over there. I felt like
Exactly.
it's like, are we on rations? Are we rationing again? What's going on?
The Germans are coming back.
Well, they are in this show because it's Oktoberfest
right.
themed. So there we go.
Yeah, this is. I mean, this is.
But Italy, of course, I'm Italian, part Italian, so I love Italy.
Yeah.
The food there is just incredible, and I love Japan because I love sushi.
Oh, the sushi there though, like that's a different ballgame than what we're getting over here.
Yeah,
that's just it's so the art form of creating and serving,
and that's what it is. It's
sushi.
An art form.
Yeah.
Now, why were you in Japan? Who were you?
I've been in Japan about 10 times, actually. Yeah.
With
White Snake. I was there with Slayer. I was there with Megadeth.
Right.
I was there with Marilyn Manson, Buck Cherry.
Man.
Yeah.
Wow. England. Who are you?
Oh wait,
there?
speaking of Buck Cherry, completely random tangent.
Yeah.
Did anybody see the video online of this chick doing her wedding dance? It was her wedding, like she was coming down the aisle to her song, and the song was Buck Cherry's "Crazy Bitch."
No way.
It's a true story.
Are you serious? At a wedding?
At a wedding. It's like an outdoor wedding. And then like the person that's taking the video is like singing along with it. And then there's like a little...
What's the husband doing?
Probably like...
Sweating.
Probably slitting his wrist.
He's probably like, well, she was a crazy
He's probably
bitch.
slitting his wrist that he would ever put a ring on that chick's finger in the first place.
This fucking whore?
He's like,
are you kidding me?
Come on, are you kidding me? And then no. So what's the worst part about it is in the video there's like a dad and his little boy.
Yeah.
And here's this, woman in white coming down, like freaking down the aisle. And this little boy is just here like, no, she's a crazy bitch. And I'm like, no, gotta get hit. And he's like covering his kid's ears. And it's like,
oh my God.
Google that.
I got to see that.
Yeah, we'll link it. We'll link it.
Yeah,
We'll put it out
we
there.
can put that out
I mean,
there.
it's actually part of my 3 past marriages. They all could have had that song on our wedding, but
yeah. I'm sure that's part of many weddings.
Yeah.
Grand scheme of things.
but that's a little over the top there.
3 times married.
Yeah, the music business isn't real good for relationships.
No, you're on the road a lot. So I mean, like, let's talk about how you even got into that
My
scene
dad-
in the first place.
My dad was he was in the music business when I was a kid. Actually, even before I was born. South Philly doo-wop, singing on the street corners.
Oh yeah.
And he cut a couple records that one of the records made number 32 on Billboard charts. He was on American Bandstand.
Wow. Uh-oh.
Oh, hey, look, it's Brandy
Hey, it's Brandy the bartender, one of my favorite people in the
What's
world.
going on?
Parched.
We were just talking about you a second ago.
How
Let's
you doing?
We're just
How's it
recording,
going?
eating, drinking.
eating, drinking, recording.
You want to go around to that?
You can grab a seat over here, darling.
Yeah, we are here live. Well, not live.
Well-
I mean, it's live right now because that's
We're live
what we're doing it. And
recording.
here at the Van Buren Street Studios, aka my dining room. And just joined with us is Brandy, the
my
bartender,
microphone,
looking
Hi, how
Kiss
are
one of
you?
my favorite bartenders.
amazing,
People in general.
amazing today.
Thank you.
Did you walk in with ginger beer? I know.
I did. Yes.
Wonderful.
Look at you.
I was like, uh-oh.
I feel like my shirt was just all over my mic. Like, sorry about that, gang.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
man,
have
look at that.
I mean, this is turning out to be. Say hello. Yeah.
Hello there.
Yeah. One day we'll have headsets for everyone.
For everybody, so everybody can hear. Aaron, Brandy, Aaron.
Yeah, we
We'd
know.
actually
And they know.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Go way back.
Brandon. We all work with Brandon Dacey,
my man.
whose mom owns Cafe at St. George's.
Where we were, fortunate enough to visit this past week and
Yeah.
record down there, and
That was
you'll be
very-
hearing some of that later
Yeah.
in this episode
Yeah.
about our experience at the Cafe at St. George's.
Yeah. So yeah. I thought Brandon was going to be here today, but he ended up
Work.
having to. Yeah, get about 6 inches from that microphone.
From the mic, just so you
When
want
you
to
speak.
keep a decent
No, you want to keep.
distance.
Kind of like about here.
Here?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So what's
Like
going
you're
on?
Never mind.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just have to go to work in an hour.
In an hour.
hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, basically. All right. Where are you working tonight?
Satsuma.
Satsuma.
And we were actually just talking about sushi with Aaron a moment ago, so that's so funny. Satsuma is one of the premier, quote unquote, premier restaurants in the Trolley Square area, and
Yeah.
I go there often
Yes, you do.
and
And I should try because I've never been there.
have delicious
Do you eat
sushi.
Oh my god.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. So we brought you in today, and hopefully this is something that we do once a month. And we asked you to create a cocktail for us, based on our theme, our German theme. What were you thinking?
Well, I've been really hip lately to the Moscow Mule.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a spin on it. The German spin. We're calling it the Bavarian
The
Mule.
Bavarian Mule.
Yeah.
Why not? Right.
So I brought some ginger beer. So
And-
you have some Bärenjäger.
A Bärenjäger, some
Fresh
Zvedka,
limes.
vodka, some limes, a bit of bitters. We have some ice in the freezer. I
Yes.
think, dude, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. So I tell you what,
Live right now.
this is what's going to happen. Brandy and I, she's going to tell me what she needs.
Yep.
I'll fetch it, right? We'll make some cocktails. You guys chat amongst yourselves. Let's start talking, maybe talk about your pops and
Yeah.
stuff and
that's all.
and the history and everything. And we'll make some cocktails and we'll get some booze in us. What do you think?
Sounds
Sounds
good.
perfect.
All right,
Alright,
so
let's
let's
do it.
take a break.
I don't think.
We just want to keep going.
Oh, you want to take a
We're
break?
gonna take a break.
I mean, yeah.
Let's take a
this is
traditional
good
break
Oh,
now,
okay,
and then we'll
yeah.
come back with Aaron Dilks and Brandy, and we'll talk about some more craziness.
Sounds great. We'll be right back. dorksandforks.com. And welcome back. I'm Brian Wild, and we're here at the Dorks and Forks Test Kitchen. Next to me is the lovely Brandy Williver. She's here to make us the Bavarian Mule cocktail, original beverage for the show this month. And you could check out the video on our YouTube channel on Dorks and Forks. Brandy.
Hi guys, my name is Brandy. I'm going to be making an awesome cocktail today. It's a twist on a Moscow Mule. We're calling it the Bavarian Mule. Original Moscow Mule has vodka, fresh lime, ginger beer, and simple syrup. Now today, instead of using the simple syrup, we're going to sweeten it up with Bärenjäger, which is a honey flavored liqueur. It's going to give it the same effect. So here we go. We're going to do about an ounce of your favorite vodka. Right in the shaker. Then we're going to go with an ounce of the Bärenjäger. Sweeten it up. Alright, and then we're going to squeeze some fresh lime in there. I'm going to go with probably about half of a lime. So we're going to do about 4 of these guys. And then top it off with some ginger beer, which is delicious. If you've never had it, give it a try.
I want to be like the guy from American Test Kitchen who likes it so
And then this next part is optional, but I think with the ginger and the honey flavors, it's just gonna heighten those flavors a lot. Just a couple little jibby jabs, if you will, of bitters.
Of the Angostura bitters.
A juice jab is
It's a very technical term.
a technical term of measurement in the bartending world. Jab.
And then we're gonna shake this up real good. Ooh, that ginger beer is a little crazy. And then you will have your delicious cocktail, the Bavarian Mule. Garnish it with a little slice of lime, and you're good to go.
Do you mind?
No,
Fine.
please go. I hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Brandy the bartender. This is dorksandforks.com. This is our Bavarian meal.
We good?
Come on. Honey and ginger.
Oh, that's delicious.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, Brandy, that was delicious. Our audio was a little weird, but screw it. It's our second show. And I'm starting to feel pretty good.
I'll tell you what, this drink that Brandy just made up for us
Yeah, it's right on time.
looks
Yeah.
pretty delicious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandy, dude, like I said, thank you so much for coming on. We are sampling with Brandy the bartender, who's, going to have a little segment up. She created this beautiful cocktail, the Bavarian Mule. Could you tell us a little bit about what's in it?
Absolutely. Moscow Mule Original is vodka, ginger beer, fresh lime, and simple syrup. We are replacing the simple syrup today with Bärenjäger, which is a honey-flavored liqueur,
Man, it's so good.
just to sweeten it
So
up a
good.
little bit,
Yeah.
and a little bit of bitters to heighten the flavors.
Yeah, I think it's herbaceous.
It
And honestly,
is.
like, yeah, that's what I'm tasting.
Yeah, it's
you get that ginger feeling,
Yeah.
but you also taste the bitters. You taste
Yeah.
that honey,
If you think about it,
it's
it's
good.
all very medicinal.
Oh, yeah.
Ginger,
honey.
bitters.
Yeah.
It's great for the stomach.
It
I mean,
is.
I feel like
it's
the
great for the
lime,
soul.
you garnish
It is
it.
great for the
Yeah,
soul.
you garnish it with a bit of lime.
Especially in the early afternoon when we're recording, right?
Dude, it is 12. It's not even 1 o'clock.
Well, it's
yet.
almost 12:59. It's almost 1 o'clock.
Almost 1. And
We'd been having beers and other things before this, though, too. So
but I think that's what Dorks and Forks
that's
is.
what it's
You know
all
what I mean?
about.
We eat, drink, talk. Dorksandforks.com. So So ginger beer, Bärenjäger,
Vodka.
vodka, lime, a couple dashes of bitters, some ice.
And it's
Amazing.
just, it's so smooth
Amazing.
in your throat.
Well, I know you're off to work. So where will we find you? Like, if one of our listeners wanted to come and listen to you, I'm sorry. Oh my God,
I will be talking.
this
there,
drink
so.
is drink.
If
already
one of
got
our
me.
listeners would like to come see your beautiful face
and try
and
this
admire your
cocktail.
lovely tattoos and admire and the cocktail as well, yeah. Where would we find you?
I will be working at Satsuma Restaurant and Bar. It's a delicious sushi right in Charlie Square.
Very delicious sushi.
Yes. And I also work at Ulysses Gastropub, which is up in North Wilmington, right off of Marsh Road.
One of my favorite
26
places.
beers on tap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
Lots
the best,
of
I think the best
German-
wings in Delaware.
Oh, thank you.
They're
delicious.
man,
We
and they
smoke
have
them ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
a wide
beer
variety
brine.
of such, yeah.
Beer brined, the rooster sauce. You get the roulette wing, so you get the one that's like unbelievably hot.
It's like it'll kill you. It'll
I like
hurt your
watching people eat
butthole on the
them.
way out
Yeah,
later.
it's, I love that place. Well, Brandy, thank you so much for
You're
coming out
very
with us.
welcome.
Hopefully, this will turn into a monthly thing.
Awesome.
And you can always pop in and give us a new recipe based on our theme. I know next month we are doing the
Potluck.
It's a potluck dinner theme,
Right.
and we're going to do it at Kevin Malloy's Cafe. It's going to be our first satellite recording.
Yeah.
And it's for the Art in the Town Art Loop, the first Friday.
Right.
Well, it wouldn't be the first Friday, would it?
Of October. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Damn, this month is getting away from me.
Just flies right by.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of surprises for the third podcast, and we're going to be on satellite, not satellite radio, but we're going to be
Satellite
location,
Yeah.
and the potluck theme. So we'll see you next month.
Awesome.
Dude, thank you so much
You're
for
very
coming out.
welcome.
Delicious,
and
Brandy. Thank you.
creating this Bavarian Mule.
I feel like we're doing fresh air on NPR right now.
This is
fresh air.
Hi,
Thank you.
This is Brian Wild and Dan Sanchez,
Hello.
and you're listening to Fresh Air.
On NPR.
I would like more of like you bet your garden. It's like or car talk.
Car talk.
Ah, my brother.
My brother Murray, he brought in his card. It was so. Oh!
Car talk. You're listening to Booze Talk here on dorksandforks.com with Brandy the bartender. When we return, the beautiful Sarah J in studio talking about her new single, Then and Now.
Nothing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
hey, so we're back
So we were just talking here a minute
for
ago.
about 20 minutes.
And not
then
recording anything.
And not recording
Professionals.
Right.
Professionals. Show number 2, ladies
We
and
almost
gentlemen.
we
Show
need
number
that
2.
we need that intern who's like, hey, you guys aren't recording.
morons.
Hey,
You
I'm
missed
over
all
here.
this gold just now.
Yeah,
I'm a
because
college
that red
student.
button's definitely on now.
Now
Yeah, it's on, and you see that tracking.
Yes,
right.
that's red
So
also.
we are recording now.
Professionals.
So I was thinking about
Yeah.
doing a shot. What do you think? So we have this leftover Baron Jaeger from the cocktail that Brandy's
Which means
bartender made.
bear trap.
What? I'm
What?
sorry.
Which means
Bear trap or bear
Wait,
hunter.
Baron Jaeger means what?
Bear hunter or bear trap. I learned that.
Really?
In the past 20 minutes when we weren't recording.
Yeah, well, we didn't have this conversation already. This is some deja
Oh
vu.
my goodness, this is going to be a great show. So,
We didn't do a shot already. Just kidding.
cheers, cilantro.
Oh my
So
gosh.
here
Is
I
something
am.
boiling over on the...
Yeah, I hear something.
Was that
too.
rain?
Is
I
it
think
rain?
it's rain.
Oh, man.
Should somebody go in the kitchen real quick?
I'm just taking a sips of this one because
Nope.
Whoa, that's even bigger than last time.
Thank you.
Whoa, that's what she said.
Thank you. That's what she said. I get that a lot.
All right, so here we go. Because you have Jägermeister.
Something is boiling over in there, right?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, time out.
Wait, but the gas burner's on? Oh boy.
Oh.
Hey, how about you guys take this interview?
We'll keep
and
going.
I'll go.
Wait, Brian,
okay,
you go.
I'll be right back.
You go put out that fire, literally.
Yeah, literally.
And we'll
This
take.
is what happens
better than the first thing.
See, thank you,
when you cook and do shots.
thank you, Aaron's lovely girlfriend, for running interference on us burning down Brian's house.
Oh God.
So, anywho, hello, Sarah J.
Hi.
How are you? Welcome to the
As
studio.
I'm taking a sip of this.
No,
syrup.
have your Baron Jaeger.
Here, you're having the rest. Oh
I'm having
man,
the rest.
I have to work at 5, so.
I'm working right now. How about that? So we were talking about this shot earlier when we weren't recording about how smooth it is. Like it's like a Luden's
Oh my God, I'm back.
honey
I'm
drop.
back.
Now your kitchen's not on
Oh my God,
fire.
I
right?
almost burnt down the Van Buren Street Studios,
Jesus Louise. This is why we can't have nice things.
aka my kitchen.
Is this insured?
It is.
It is.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
We're actually in between insurance companies right now.
So Sarah just did her little sippy sip of the Baron Jaeger.
Cilantro.
If you guys want
Prost.
to go down.
Prost. Oktoberfest is the theme, so here we go. Prost.
Cheers.
Baron
really gonna be wasted.
Jaeger.
Do you guys have anything to do?
Oh
after
my
this?
God.
Watch
It's like
my
those
kids.
honey,
Okay.
I have to
those
watch
honey
my
filled
kids.
drops.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Solo dad.
How many drunks watch their kids?
Dude, or stoners. It's like, yeah, I just smoked some weed, but come on, kids, let's get on the
Come
ground
on,
and play.
kids. Let's roll around.
Let me make
for
the next 2 hours
And then
about
let's
you.
make brownies.
Right. And then we'll make brownies, dude. We'll like put jimmies on it
Yeah.
and like
Oh my gosh, the show
Yeah,
is
so the missus is going to
amazing.
work. She's doing her thing.
yeah,
So it's
you know,
solo
my
dad
wife
tonight.
works at Harry Savoy. You go
Love
and
that
ask for
place.
Gina, and she'll take care of you.
She'll take
know?
care of you. She does really great
Is that
service.
the
She's
riverfront one or the
No, the steakhouse.
the steakhouse
Oh,
on
okay.
Naaman's Road.
Naaman's Road, yeah.
Good stuff there, man.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude,
they
it's the
have
best.
they had something on a plate there that that I was unaware of going into it. I've eaten beets before in my life. I love beets.
Dude, beet
raw,
salad,
but they do a roasted.
gorgonzola, arugula.
They do a
balsamic
roasted
I don't
beet
love the
on the
beets.
plate. No, man, they do a roasted beet on the plate with some carrots. Oh, my
yeah.
God.
Nothing about
Any-
beets
No.
make me happy.
What?
What are you talking about? Put tear in your chest. That's what my mom used to tell me.
I don't like
feel
it
like
anymore.
I feel like there are a lot of things that the American palate needs to kind of get accustomed to.
Sure.
And have to kind of approach and say, you know what, I'm gonna like this because I should, and that's root
So you
veg.
force yourself to like things, kind of like relationships.
just
right?
like anything.
Oh, look at that.
I've been married for almost 5 years.
So speaking
of
of
course you force
relationships,
yourself to like things.
Right. Stop it. So speaking of relationships on the Facebook,
Right.
like we were talking about before when we
Yes.
weren't recording.
When we
Damn
weren't
it.
saying-
You in a wedding dress.
You're in a wedding dress.
Yes,
And what's that about?
well, you're like the model of Wilmington.
that's not true at
No,
all.
you were on the
You're
cover
on
of
the
Out
cover
and About magazine.
Two out and
Right.
about
and
to
you
go.
had this
With a hot
wiener.
dog.
You had a ball in one hand and a wiener
But
in the
it
other.
didn't make it look sexual at all, did I? It looked totally innocent.
You were like this. You were like this.
I actually thought you
No,
might
I
enjoy
didn't.
baseball from that picture. I was like, oh, that
I-
chick loves baseball.
I do sing the national anthem at the Blue Rocks every year.
Yeah,
so-
every year. Yeah.
But I didn't make it look sexual. I made it look very family.
I could imagine the meeting that was. All right, Sarah.
you're gonna have a hot
Look,
But you're
we're gonna
some
put
guy
you
right now jerking off in a bathroom.
Well, that's just normal for my life. That's
6 inches,
Facebook.
Aaron.
If
6
I die,
inches.
check my Facebook list because I have so many creeps on there.
Yikes.
Dude, you were telling me
You
about
and Brandy
that.
apparently,
You
like,
and
have the
Brandy.
creep squad.
Well, look, that's
Yeah.
all you have to be is a hot chick in Wilmington, and you've just got creeps galore. And you know what? when I was drawing comics, I was like, overweight people. That's my bread and butter.
Creepy guy.
That's my bread and butter.
Yeah.
Dorks and Forks.
I
mean,
love
we're
that
a
name.
geek culture food porn podcast. We probably have some heavy listeners.
Yeah.
Going, oh my god, I would love to
I
eat
love
that.
Simpsons.
Oh wait, the Simpsons are on. Let me go watch that.
Oh, Jeebus. I don't know what's going on.
I love the Simpsons. Oh my god, did you see that fan film of Firefly?
Oh, it's my favorite.
I love Firefly. Josh
good.
Whedon is the best.
That was a
my
good show.
favorite.
though.
Dude, Firefly.
Firefly was great.
Look, I hate Josh Whedon.
Really?
I hate Josh Whedon.
All right. So on the scale of good and evil, with
no, wait, are we talking
We're
like?
getting real nerdy right
listen,
now, so
hear me out.
beware.
Hear me out.
Are you gonna? You should eat while we talk.
Jump into that
Okay, I was-
cabbage and brat while
Is
we were.
this
And then,
Cabbage.
and look, you need to tell us how good my.
I don't
my
really
cooking
like
is.
cabbage.
Eat
but
it.
I'll
That's
pretend.
Eat it. You'll
Try
fart all
to.
night at work.
He'll be like, hi, I'm Sarah.
You know I'm a
and
waitress, right?
Yeah, we saw the video.
So, on the scale
yeah.
of good
That
and
was
evil,
then, and this is now.
Lord.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-da.
George Lucas
pretty
being the
good.
middle ground. I'll say George because he
Oh,
was
are
he
we
was the
comparing
Rebel Alliance and then
Whedon
became the
to
Empire.
Lucas?
Wait. So Whedon, Lucas, Abrams.
Why not throw Jackson into it?
Let's go Whedon, Lucas, Abrams. Where?
Abrams?
Yeah.
Too?
Because he's now taking over the franchise. I have to put him on there.
Talk about the holy trilogy.
Like, so what do
Whedon,
you
Lucas, and
Abrams?
Abrams.
Yeah. Where? I mean, like,
Whoa, you got to throw Spielberg in.
well, of course.
So we're talking top four.
So like, wait, where
creators.
does you hate you hate?
This is where the Dorks comes into our
Right.
podcast.
So you hate Joss Whedon is what you're telling. You weren't a fan of Buffy,
You
Angel.
didn't like Buffy?
I didn't like
Oh,
that.
we can't talk anymore.
Wait,
no.
I never watched Buffy.
Oh, well then
Oh.
how can you like it?
It's very
I'll tell you
tongue in
what, Cabin
cheek.
in the Woods, trash. Evil
was- you
Dead,
know what?
it was trash.
The new Evil Dead. I didn't like it.
No, I didn't mind it. I saw it in the theater. You walked in, it was like,
Boom.
you're in it. Poof. Like,
It
it
had
felt
the
like 63
effects-
minutes later,
Right.
you're out of it.
It had the effects that the first one wanted,
Yeah.
but not the storyline.
Well, I thought it
And
was
it's not
funny
Bruce
because
Campbell,
it was
even though he
like-
produced it
Dude,
with,
I know we started with Josh Whedon, now we're talking about Evil Dead, but like, I felt like there was that one dude, and you're like, oh, this is going to be the Ash character.
And
Okay,
what-
cool.
no,
but it wasn't. It was
wasn't.
all about that chick, and then you
Right.
had that poor bastard that got fucked up the entire
movie. The whole
and wouldn't
movie.
die, but he
Yeah.
had like shards of glass in his eye, his wrists were
He's
cut.
just everywhere. He's like,
why won't I die?
just take me,
Just kill me already.
And he wasn't even
Bruce
black.
Campbell's like, oh, my chin. I love my chin.
That's what I was just thinking.
You love your chin.
No.
Oh, how's the
meat
brat and
is
cabbage?
really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
cheers.
Thank you.
And I
Okay,
don't
so
even like this
so
kind
we
of
here
stuff,
we
but it's
have
pretty good.
Sarah J.
That's my name.
She is eating my
Meat.
bacon and ale braised cabbage with my American. I'm sorry, brats.
Stop it.
Why did I?
Meanwhile, your child's screaming upstairs.
No.
Keeps
She's
his
talking
kids
meat.
locked
I've
in
got
the attic.
kids. I'm like, I'm already in trouble.
Have you ever
All right,
seen
cut it
Flowers
off.
in the Attic?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
That's no.
It's my.
Unfortunately, not.
It's my wife trying to be like, all right, honey, do your thing.
She's no, and that's good parenting. She's not
completely
doing
noble.
anything wrong.
Not
Yeah.
at all. I'm not saying
Right.
she's doing. I mean, what she's doing is awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
no,
you
because
probably
you
have
know
the
what?
best wife ever.
It's
Would have been
what-
awesomer if she actually left
Yeah. Stop
with
it.
the kids
So
and
edit,
the dog.
So edit this part out. We're at
Maybe if you get rid of that
marker
painting, she will.
1443.
No, look, I love my
1449.
wife. All right. In
I love your
small
wife too. She's
doses.
great people.
No, come on, Aaron. This guy's been married 3 times. So
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So, look, so top four.
So director wise,
I'm gonna say Spielberg,
yeah, this is sci-fi director. So
sci-fi
Spielberg,
director.
yeah.
I'm gonna say Spielberg number 1.
Duh.
I'm gonna say
Thanks, Dawson.
number 2 is what's his face?
James Cameron. You're going James
Oh,
Cameron.
you're going Cameron? You're bringing Cameron into it? So we're talking 5?
Terminator. No, he's right. Terminator, Avatar.
I would put him 3.
James Cameron.
3.
Okay.
All right, because it would go Spielberg. Then I think it would be Spielberg's protege. What's his face from Star Trek and the new Star Wars?
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
I love
It's
Abrams.
Lost.
I love Abrams.
Yeah.
Right? He's like Josh Whedon, I think, is the poor man's Abrams.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I like the way Josh puts together a story, man.
I hate his dialogue and his static scenes. That's
Yeah,
what
but
I don't
okay,
like.
wait. But
If
and
you
then
watch
throw
the
George
pilot,
Lucas in the mix,
if you watch a pilot of Firefly, it's the worst directing I've ever seen in my
yeah.
life.
But then you
and that's Whedon.
No, you put in George Lucas in the mix, and then you take the prequels of the Star Wars movies, and that
No,
horrible
I'm dropping
fucking
Lucas. I'm
script,
dropping
and
Lucas back. I mean,
he's going all the way back to the end of the line.
I want to say because I enjoyed Firefly so much, and maybe it's maybe I'm a hypocrite for saying it, but I really enjoyed Firefly.
It's a great show.
And if you go to
Serenity
Loot
in the
Crate,
movie.
if you go to lootcrate.com, really quick, Loot Crate is basically loot, L-O-O-T,
Loops. Loops.com.
Loot.
Oh.
Like, give me the loot. Surrender the booty. Give me
Surrender
the
the
loot.
booty. Loot.
Loot.
Oh,
L-O-O-T-C-R-A-T-E.
I thought you were saying lube crate as well.
It's basically
that
a
would be a
monthly,
totally different website.
it's basically a monthly subscription of geekdom.
Okay.
Right? So on the 20th of every month, you get delivered to your door for it's like $14 a month. A box of just swag. I mean, I wish it was swag, but geek swag. So every month is a theme, and this theme is like this galactic theme. So it's
That is
Firefly,
the nerdiest
Star
thing I've ever heard in
Trek,
my life.
and
gets
Star
worse.
Wars.
I've heard a lot.
It's amazing, but it's something that my daughter and I enjoy because it's like
His daughter.
because there's stickers and toys and magnets and stuff, but then there's a lot of times it's a custom T-shirt. It's the little pop vinyl toys, keychain, Vader
Nice.
keychain or something.
Nice.
That's lootcrate.com.
Loot.
It's great.
Loot crate.
Yeah, we'll put a link on the
We'll link it
website
up.
of things that we like. I think there's actually a thing on the .com it's like things that we like.
Things we like.
And Loot Crate is one of them.
Yeah.
So is T-shirt Bordello and ThinkGeek.com.
You told me about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Sarah was over for the photo shoot, I showed her ThinkGeek.com because she was thinking about some Doctor Who dresses, some Dalek Doctor Who.
I can't get with the old doctor now, though.
What?
I don't like
Capaldi?
him.
You know, like, oh, actually, it's so funny. Like, so.
No one will ever be David Tennant in my book.
No, of course
Oh,
not.
shit,
I
look,
mean, no.
I
Let's
love
be
how
fair.
I love how people are like, I love Matt Smith. Oh, Matt Smith's the best.
No.
And then they go like this, but David Tennant's my favorite.
But
David.
Tennant,
Well, here's the thing about David Tennant.
is
He's a
Dr. Who.
brilliant actor. I don't know if Aaron watches any of this stuff. He's like
I know
so out of loop.
nothing
He's like,
about
I'm
Nothing
just
about
hitting the
Dr.
road
Who.
with my bands and doing my thing. And I got my beautiful
my dad
girl
never
over here in
raised
the
me to
corner.
watch TV. We just listen to music.
My dad was singing in doo-wop groups in the corner and shit.
on the corner eating cheesesteaks and shit. And I never watched Doctor Who.
Speaking of doo-wop groups, actually, before we go any
hot
further with
here.
any Doctor Who, thank you. I know I do that a lot.
Oh, you're drinking and eating.
That's right.
That's all
real
that
quick,
meat in my mouth.
5 seconds of
Did you
silence.
say it's all that weed in
Wait a
your
second.
mouth?
I was going
No,
to somewhere
meat.
good.
Oh, the meat in your mouth. Sarah J.
I'm sorry.
We're trying to get sponsorship on this show, and here you are talking
by
about
Disney?
No.
Well, then you're not right.
Well, even Disney. So wait. So golly, I can't
Well,
even get a
Disney's
moment of
pretty slutty
reverence here.
nowadays, so-
That's
They are
true.
getting
It
over
is.
the edge.
The fappening. Is everybody
deal.
familiar here with the fappening? That like release of like some quote unquote hacker got into the iCloud accounts of a bunch of
Oh, yeah.
of celebrities,
With,
and
like,
they called
all
it the
the Selena
fappening. So it's like Selena Gomez, Ariana
Naked
Grande,
pics.
some
Naked
Glee
pics?
chicks.
Who wants to see that?
There's like a
That's why you
picture,
gotta make sure if you send naked pics, you make sure
Or-
that you're okay with the world seeing them one day.
Or you
That's
just
what I
don't
do with
do
my
But isn't
those
that the
things.
culture, though? I mean,
Yeah, it is. But you know what? Maybe
I
I'm
feel
just.
like our generation takes pictures of everything.
Well, no, but
I mean, look at us.
think.
Our generation just took pictures of everything and recorded our audio.
Yeah, but
on
we're
it,
smarter
you know?
than that. That's the thing. Is that like I feel
But
like
I
I'm
did
on the
in the
cusp-
kitchen. I took a picture of my penis.
Oh.
Did you
Wait.
not put that on Twitter
No, I
yet?
didn't. I didn't tweet that.
Oh.
They won't let that on the tweeter.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Wow, I was going to like a moment of reverence
I know,
for
I
something, and
felt
then
it
now, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And now,
I tell you what.
I don't even know what's
People
going on.
are.
Let us play Sarah J's video.
Wait, no. Just to stay on topic for me for a second, so I don't
Oh.
lose it later. Moment of reverence. 5 seconds of silence. Speaking of doo-wop groups in the South Philly, Jersey area, one of the original not Four Aces. It's another group. I'm so sorry. Hey, Chris Alberts. One of the original Jersey boys, the Four Seasons. Bob Crew passed away last night.
Oh.
Really?
No.
So one of the major guys in that music movement.
Yeah.
Unfortunately passed away last night. So Frankie Valli and all the Four Seasons, now they're just one less.
So it's Frankie Valli in the 3 seasons,
Maybe.
Well, maybe.
Well, isn't there only 4 seasons?
Oh,
but one died.
Oh.
Basically, like spring, because you go from winter to summer now.
yeah.
So basically, spring died.
Summer and
That's
fall.
That is deep.
So 5 seconds of
man.
silence for Bob Crew. Ready? Here we go.
Okay.
Of course, Gina's talking in the back. This is eye ties.
So,
I tell
hey,
you.
I tell you what, I could always cut it and then move
We'll
the,
edit it.
the sound bar over.
We can
get
even
at least
play.
2.5
Maybe we can even
seconds.
play a little like "My eyes adored you," oh someone or whatever the fucking words of that song adored you.
That sounds.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I adore you. Okay. What did I go to? I went to Stewie with that one.
That's what I was.
I adore you.
So, you know, first I start with a C chord and everything sounds so bright.
Wait,
and
in the key of Rufus Wainwright.
Cigarette and chocolate milk.
I love that song.
That's he's
Just
such a
few
weird.
of my favorite things. It's like the gay Bob Dylan.
Yeah, he is gay Bob Dylan.
Little
That's
bit
the-
sweet.
From the Last Kiss soundtrack.
Yeah,
I
it
like
is.
that
Dude.
Oh, with your local.
Yeah.
I love
love
Garden
Rufus
State,
Wainwright.
Last Kiss, best soundtracks.
Dude, I mean, Loudon,
Garden State soundtrack
Wainwright.
is
Yeah,
really
right.
good. The
I mean,
Wainwrights
just-
in general.
Just like classic American folk music.
It's great.
You know,
He just
that's
knocked
my
my
daughter.
teeth out.
In the
Aaron's
water.
like, give me rock and roll, motherfucker.
All right. So I think we should listen to Sarah J's song.
Oh, you don't
Yeah.
want to hear that.
out.
Dude,
All
I'm
right.
So the
super
name of the
excited.
single is.
What?
The name of the song is.
It's Then and Now.
And it's about. My
It's
Canadian
about-
accent. It's about
Pretty much my life and the struggles, but
of
like
being a single woman with pink hair.
single mom,
How old's your child?
9.
You can tell my kid's one
I had
because he's
2
screaming
jobs.
in the background.
It's okay.
No, I understand. We're all parents here. So, I
So
totally
actually,
understand.
Rod, Kim, and Vince
Let me just-
Sereno.
I love the
were
Can
there.
I stop you
RKVC
for
guys.
one moment?
Yes, you can.
I just need to tell the audience, yes, my child is screaming, but yes,
It's fine.
the mother is with him.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
no.
yeah,
Gina's
yeah.
Gina's
We know you
watching
only
Liam.
abuse him on Sunday.
Liam's fine.
Because they'll be like, what an irresponsible father. He's here
no, no.
drinking and eating.
Be
and
quiet,
his child-
Daddy's making a show.
And my little girl's in New York with her mom and grandmother. Like everything's, all of our kids are taken care of. It's just nap time for Liam. That's all.
Right.
So.
Yeah, this is what nap time, for all you wannabe parents, this is what nap time sounds like.
If you can hear that in the background, and if you can't, you're lucky.
All right, so
So let's listen to Sarah's
Rod,
song.
Kim, and Vince Sereno wrote the
RKVC,
song.
love those guys.
They are great. They wrote the song for me, and then Dream Media produced the video, and it was just like this magical thing that happened. It's like they got in my soul, and they were like, "Here's your song."
yeah.
'Cause I
Even
usually
if
write
it's a
my own
minute
songs.
and a half over time.
Sure.
So
So let's listen to that.
Aaron will tell you about that, his criticism when we get back.
I can't
showed
wait.
Aaron, who's been, he's been in
I
a
saw it
bit,
yesterday.
and he dug it.
Yep.
He
Okay,
had a bit of criticism.
that's fine. I can.
We'll talk
take
about
it.
that when we get back.
But, I tell you, moving forward, you should. Anyway, we'll
Right,
figure that
I
out.
gotcha.
Let's take a break. See if this baby needs a bottle.
I was just about to say,
Right? Let's
Are
do
we
it.
talking about the kid?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say
Whatever,
I tell you
whatever
what.
you want to call it.
We're not going to take a break. We're going to go right into the song.
Okay,
All
let's
right,
just do
so
it.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, a Dorks and Forks exclusive premiere, even though it's,
You
whatever.
can't see it, but it's there.
Even though, wait, it's
You can
the
say-
podcast premiere.
There you go.
There is a remix coming soon.
Yeah, in
yeah,
October.
is it
We'll talk
Nelly?
about that after.
Oh yeah, okay.
Of Sarah J's
Then
Then.
and Now.
And Now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to introduce Miss Sarah J.
Well, Mama always told me, child, keep your head up. I tried my best, but it didn't always work out. There are the highs, there are the lows. Yeah. See, there's your plans and man, there's how we go. I have seen the deepest oceans. I have swam 1,000,000 miles. Well, that was then, and this is now. Yeah, look at me and check me out. The road is high, so don't look down. Yeah, keep your head up, don't turn around. Sometimes you gotta work 2 jobs to pay the rent. And another to put food on the table.
my bills. Yeah. Well, they can take my money, but they can't take my thrill. I have lived 1,000 lives, but I have always sung my song. Well, that was then, and this is now. Yeah, look at me and check me out. The road is high, so don't look down. Yeah, keep your head up, don't turn around. Everybody's got problems. Everybody's got bills to pay. You ain't alone in this great big world, baby. You and me are just the same. Listen, everything's gonna be hard until you let it be easy. So what you worrying about, honey? Well, that was then, and this is now. Yeah, look at me and check me out. The road is high, so don't look down. Yeah, keep your head up, don't turn around. Well, that was then, and this is now. Yeah, look at me and check me out. The road is high, so don't look down. Yeah, keep your head up, don't turn around.
Torn back and forth every time I
Yeah.
try to set something up. I have to leave, or she's got something on.
Oh man. All right.
Yeah.
If you don't end up,
I should be home. I should be home. I got nothing planned right now.
No. Dude, you almost went out with Mastodon.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I'm wearing my Mastodon t-shirt and Aaron's like,
They just
so
called me.
how is that band?
Oh, I was supposed to work with them.
And I was like, dude, they're, well, you know, their category is sludge metal.
Is that what they're called?
Sludge.
I mean, if you go on like iTunes, Mastodon's like sludge metal, whatever that means, which I think means like stoner, progressive metal. Mastodon is the shit. And I was telling him, I'm like, dude, I love this band. But you were out with CeeLo Green at the time.
Yeah.
And you're like, I couldn't do it because I was doing CeeLo Green. Oh, I was doing CeeLo Green.
No big deal.
I couldn't go out and do Mastodon.
According to the
But we'll talk
internet-
about how CeeLo Green ended, you know, whatever, you know, but
Yeah, according to the internet, sludge metal is a subgenre of heavy metal that melds elements of doom and
Oh, doom
hardcore punk, and sometimes
Mastodon.
southern rock.
Nice.
Southern rock.
Yeah.
Well, they're from Georgia.
There you go.
Dude, Mastodon is the best. But back to Sarah J.
That's
Sarah,
me.
so
Yeah.
we just had this. Look, I love your video.
Thank
you.
you.
Know?
It's
and,
cute.
and
I like
everybody,
Awesome.
everybody who just heard the song on our podcast, thanks for letting us put it up, and thanks
No
for being a
props. Thanks
guest.
for putting it up.
You know, and
That's what she said.
You know,
Sometimes.
that
Sometimes. Depends on how much
This
whiskey
is
there was
not-
involved in
I
that.
saw you dancing like a girl to it. So
I was dancing like you.
doing the Sarah J dance.
Doing the
Is
head
that the
nod.
Sarah J
It kind of
move?
reminds me of like when my wife's really drunk. She does.
Oh,
this,
she
like,
does that head nod.
thing.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
And that kind of reminded me a bit
White
about
girl
Steph
dancing.
Crow. Steph Crow's
about
know
like that.
that's
She
all
does
about.
this like she's like
She's like, yeah,
that's
it's like
my
this-
wife when she's
yeah.
drunk. She's
Just
like,
like kinda
"Man,
like-
her
But
head."
I know how to dance for the record. Okay.
No,
Sure.
yeah,
I can't
look,
break it down on a video like that. It'll
dude. I love
intimidate
your
people.
video. I love your video. And Dream Media did a great
They
job.
did. They're
And
great.
And Vince and Rod, like they're
Yes.
two of my favorite
Yeah.
people. Seriously, RKVC.
They're
Check
very
them out.
supportive of local.
Very, very much so. Grammy
Yeah.
award-winning group, and
so
they're
so
awesome.
if you go on YouTube.com
Right.
and you look up Sarah J, that's SARAH.
Don't forget the
space
H.
J. You'll find her video.
Apparently, if you don't put an H, there's like a porn star named Sarah J. So
You know, it's funny.
Yeah,
If you
right?
look at my wife, Gina Wild.
Not that I would know.
Yeah, Aaron's like,
not that I don't know anything about that.
Aaron's known a few porn stars.
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about that today.
You know, and his
Moving
day,
on.
he's known
Moving
some-
on.
He's known a few
That picture
porn
you
stars.
put up me looked a little.
I love that picture.
Hey,
Dude,
look,
you were like, yay.
I know,
Good.
I like
You were
it.
like, finally, Brian took a picture that I like.
No, I love
No,
art
because
pictures.
we took a picture. We had a photo shoot because I do Brian Mont photography.
years ago, right?
And
Eons.
no. I mean, we did Felix Hunger, but we
Right.
did the New Americans.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And you were like, I don't like those pictures. I'm like, well, you weren't all
I
dolled
didn't.
up.
No, see, the thing was, is
Because
that
never once did she use one of those pictures as her profile. pic.
I did. I used one. I thought I had like bags or something. It wasn't his picture. Like
Yeah,
girls are
it was
weird.
the lighting was
The
weird.
lighting was weird.
People are
If I
weird.
photoshopped it a little bit, it would
Yeah.
have been.
No, Brian and I were doing like a photo. He sprung a photo shoot on me the other
Right.
day.
Oh,
Like,
so
out
I
of
walk
nowhere.
in, we have this carpet guy
Like
going into your
literally
apartment.
just like
I
burst
was
my
like,
apartment.
oh, hey,
Really?
the carpet
We're gonna
guy's
take
coming
pictures.
in, and we're going to take pictures.
I
And
was like,
Dan's like,
What?
he's like, what, bro? And it was hot.
It was
Oh,
hot.
It was
God.
oppressively
It was
hot.
just like I was
You
trying
were
to
at-
eat dinner.
He
I
was
didn't
on
know
his
what was going
man
on.
period. He
Oh,
was just
gosh.
he was
Guys,
just in
get
a
that
mood.
I was on the
Okay.
mansies.
He was in a mood.
Guys bleed more than girls could
Aunt
ever
Flo was
bleed.
visiting like she used to on the Mary Tyler Moore. That was actually one of my favorite things about the Mary Tyler Moore show.
Let's not get
I don't know
off.
if you guys realize this. We're
Yeah.
getting off topic.
That
but
she
it's fine.
bleeds.
No. Well,
Oh.
I'll make her bleed. But especially then. Jesus Christ, is she beautiful.
we-
Anyway, but like once a month. Mary Tyler Moore. No, seriously, once a month.
Oh, that really
on
gets
her,
my whistle wet.
on her program.
Are we talking about wet whistles now? What the hell
Aunt
is going
Flo
on?
You know who also is hot? Donna Reed. Woo!
Donna Reed,
And I
golly,
just got a boner.
Sarah,
girl
dude,
boner.
we need to have you back on the show more often. This girl,
No,
she's
seriously.
talking boners.
So there was
getting wet.
there was literally a character on Mary Tyler Moore that was called Aunt Flo, and she would come and visit
Oh, I
Mary
think I remember that.
once a month.
once a month.
Are you watching Nick
Hey,
at Night?
man.
Like,
Yeah,
on your
I'm a
days off?
huge like
Okay.
old
Well,
school
so no,
TV
so
fan.
he can't afford cable, so he
I have
gets
the
like
Apple TV.
an
Gotcha.
Apple TV, and he's got that thing that he puts on the wall, and it's like the satellite antenna, and it goes down in your phone, and you only get like 4 channels.
I don't like
One
that.
of those
I'm frugal.
is Nick at Night.
I'm frugal. So.
He's watching Gomer Pyle.
Oh,
Oh, Gomer, he passed away
So-
in the past year.
Did you put that up on your
It's,
celebrity?
Yeah, at Celebrity Death Toll on Twitter.
Twitter,
Get your
Celebrity Death
latest
Toll.
celebrity
Dan
death
runs a
feed.
Celebrity Death Toll
that's
on
pretty
Twitter.
awesome.
My parents were just all about like, hey, they all come in threes. Like, you just pay attention to that. And like, I've been obsessed ever since. Like, oh man, they really
They do.
die
They
in
do.
threes.
Except for like the
Joan
millions
Rivers,
of
God
people that
rest her
die
soul.
every day.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So Sarah,
Yeah.
They
I
don't
think what
matter.
we're talking about. So if a listener is out there and you're
Right.
thinking about writing a song and you need a front woman to sing it, you're the girl,
You're the
right?
girl.
I mean,
Yes. If they
I mean, Kristen from Kristen the Noise is busy. She's doing things.
right, but that's
No other
cover
woman-
songs.
That's cover songs.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah. I mean,
I'm not
you're
trying to sell my soul to the devil.
because I'm trying to figure out in Wilmington, in Wilmington, in this area, like who's doing what you're doing.
See,
you know?
here's the thing. Like, I've been in bands, and it's always not
Felix Hunger,
right. Felix Hunger,
New Americans.
New Americans, and then it doesn't seem to work out. So I'm like, maybe I
Because
should just
I do the
my
photo
own
shoot,
thing.
and then
no,
you
because
break
you
up.
screw it up, obviously.
Jeez, I get in there and I'm like, hey, let's take
Why
some
we gotta do
photos, and they're
those
like, this band sucks.
I think I just need to kind of find musicians to work with and just do a solo thing.
Yeah.
And then
No,
promote myself
totally.
as, not to be selfish, but
you're
let's
right.
face it,
You're right.
it's all
Yeah.
about me. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
No,
yeah,
but
I mean,
seriously.
Dan, I was like, Dan, dude, this should all be about me. And he's like, no, you need like a. No, I have no idea.
This podcast, I'm looking at you like you're crazy right now. I was like, this dude,
I'm just making it all up.
I'm just here to be pretty on the radio.
Yeah, I'm the prettiest when I'm on the radio.
That's,
yeah.
Definitely me. I want to have the bridge on the radio.
Aaron's like Brad Pitt.
Right,
I'll tell you
exactly.
what.
Aaron is like Brad.
Badass Brad Pitt, right?
So yeah, we can find YouTube.com,
Yes.
look up Sarah J.
I have a
with an
website
H.
too.
And obviously, we'll link it on our page, and
Yeah.
we're gonna blast it out.
Yeah,
on
I think we're
social
gonna put
media
your,
stuff.
if you don't mind, we're gonna
Oh,
put
I'd
your
love it.
video
Yeah.
on our website,
Yeah.
and people just watch it right there.
Let's like everyone to watch it, and then like someone can watch it and be like, we need to sign this girl, and that's how my life will change. That's my
Sure.
fantasy. I
Yeah.
That'll
or maybe-
totally happen.
Or maybe Aaron Dilks could help
Right,
you with your
exactly.
fantasy.
Hey,
Fantasy. Wait, what kind of fantasies are we talking about? His girlfriend's here.
10% fantasies.
Stop it.
No,
His
That's
friend.
fine.
I'm sorry.
I'll give,
His friend.
I'll give
I'm
time.
sorry.
I'll
His
sell
friend.
my
And
soul.
I'll manage it.
That's fine.
He'll manage something, I'm sure.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I love that. I mean, the
I'm
video.
just a little lamb lost in the woods waiting
Because
for
you
someone
you
to
filmed
guide
that
me.
video. I mean, you filmed that video.
Whoa.
She's like Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah.
I am Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh my goodness.
I seriously have always had that, like, I'm a waitress, and my whole life I'm like, someone's gonna come in, and I'm gonna tell them a singer,
But
and
see,
they're
you
gonna
just
be
need
like,
to change your
you
mind.
got it, girl.
But that
Like
happens.
back,
You have to
I
say,
know,
I'm a
see?
singer, not I'm a
Right.
waitress.
Right.
You know, that's
Exactly.
just
You know,
about a
when-
shift in reality there.
when I was in my early 20s, I thought,
Yesterday.
yeah, well, I'm 30,
we were-
35 now.
You're 35.
Yeah.
You don't
I'll
look
be
35.
32 this coming Saturday.
I'm an old man.
Happy
The Rock.
birthday.
The
you.
Rock keeps
It's
me
coming
young.
Saturday.
Yeah, your birthday's coming up.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, we'll have to do something on the website or something.
We'll
That's
see.
all you get, a website.
I'll give you a bag. Or something.
Yay.
He'll make you his meat.
Yeah, I think
No, I'm
growing up, I
talking
was
about
like,
sausages.
I remember I would like go to the beach. I would go to the beach, and I was like, I'm gonna be discovered.
Right?
Yeah, I'm like walking around. I'm like, dude, somebody's gonna discover me. I'm just some
Wait, on
like
the
just
beach?
Doing
punk
nothing.
kid.
You're not doing anything to
No.
be discovered. You're just
Yeah,
I'm
walking
just
around.
like walking around eating fries and shit. Like
Somebody's
I'm gonna
gonna
be
see me.
discovered.
Like Pam
Dude,
Anderson at that
I'm
football
important.
or baseball game.
I'm an
right?
important person. And then, I was in New York once, and this is my early 20s, and back in my film days, and I was at FAO Schwartz in New York
Oh.
City.
Where you're playing the piano like big.
Did Tom Hanks walk in?
And this girl
Something
walks up
like
to me
that.
and she goes, "Excuse me." And mind you, I was like 60
She
pounds
whisper like
lighter.
that?
I mean, I was lighter.
You was so handsome.
I wasn't married then, so
I
was, like,
gotta
com-
have
I
you
was,
on
like,
my
comfortable.
show.
Yeah.
No, this girl walks up to me, younger. She's like, "Excuse me." I'm like, "Yes." I'm like looking at Legos or some shit. She's like, "Are you Ryan Phillippe?"
Oh,
Yes.
you just got a boner when you
And
Yes,
I went. I looked around. I was like, "Don't tell your friend." But yes.
Of course.
That's
And she was
amazing.
like-
was she blind?
Oh my
Kidding, the stigmatism. It was like
Look,
that.
I was 23,
I'm just kidding. You're very
and I was like
adorable.
of average weight.
Sure.
So I had like a Philippine
And he is
vibe.
from Delaware.
He's from Delaware,
from
so we were drinking
Delaware.
the same water.
Right.
I went to William Penitentiary. I went to William Penn.
And he went to
And he went
Sally's.
to no,
No,
he went to
um,
Wilmington Christian or whatever Christian schools next
Sure.
to William Penn. Wilmington Christian
Whatever
or
that is.
whatever the shit that place is. But yeah, I would look across the baseball field, and I'm like, that's where Ryan Phillippe went.
we have
That
Bruce
guy.
Willis.
He
in
just
Jersey.
turned 40.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Jersey.
where I'm
Bruce
from.
Willis
You
used
know-
to work at a theater that Brian and I used to work.
Really?
In which Brian and I used to work. That's right.
Isn't it funny how we do that with famous
What,
people that are
Candlelight?
from our
Yeah.
town?
Bruce Willis did
He was
some
a
work in
busboy
Candlelight
there.
Theater?
He was a busboy there.
Bruce Willis was a busboy
True
at
story.
Candlelight
He's from
Theater.
Penns
Yeah.
Grove, New Jersey.
Sure.
Anthony Perkins, Psycho himself, worked there.
Really?
Yeah.
And what's her face? Sue.
Barbara Bel Geddes.
And
Sue Stroman.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of.
Yeah.
so- a
Broadway
lot of
fame, Sue Stroman.
What is this? Okay.
I when I did some painting for my dad's company, I worked with this guy Tony, and Tony was a Delaware guy. And back in the '70s, he would say, "Yeah, Delaware guys would go over to Jersey and drink because you could be 18 and drink in
right,
Jersey."
yeah. It's
So
different
we'd
then.
go right over the bridge.
Yep.
We would go right over the bridge and we would drink. And he was like, "Dude, me and my buddy pulled up. We're hitting on these Jersey girls. All of a sudden, Bruce Willis and like 8 of his friends come out.
But he had hair then, Bruce Willis.
Sure. I'm sure they all had hair back then. And he's like, and they start talking about the car. My boy Tony's car. Hey, what a nice car, blah, blah, blah. And they start circling my boy Tony. And he's telling me the story.
Steal the car?
And he's standing, he's standing there. And he notices these circles. And he grabs Bruce Willis and he just clocks him.
That's not a real story.
It's a real story. Because Bruce Willis was young. And he's like,
Oh,
they're like
okay.
19 years
Other
old.
Some hood.
kids.
And he punches Bruce Willis, and all his boys jump on him and beat his ass. And he goes, "But I punched Bruce Willis."
Isn't that a
That's
scene?
a- that's
isn't that
a
a scene
great
from
story.
Karate Kid?
What's
that sounds
that
like something out of
West
the
Side
Karate
Story?
Kid or West
Yeah,
Side
they're
Story,
like, because all the Jersey
think
guys
he's
hated
just
that
made that up.
Delaware dudes would come and hit on the
Sure,
girls
sure.
at their bars.
Right.
And he
That
would tell me
sounds like-
this story about, that's
And
crazy.
that's why I don't go to Jersey today, so I don't
F
get
Jersey.
that's
What do you do? You can't even drive. You, can't even pump your own
You
gas.
can't even
You're
pay to
driving
get
a-
out of that place.
You know
I mean,
what's
you have
great
to,
about
like,
not pumping your own
we're
gas?
leaving
Not
here.
pumping your own gas.
No, I don't like it. There's something about it that I don't trust. It's weird to
Sarah
me.
It's
Jay.
raining. It's snowing.
No, there's
I'm
something
not getting
about
out of my
not
car.
pumping
An
my
old
own
man
gas
is
that freaks me
blowing.
out.
It's like walking
What?
to strip clubs
Freaks me
across the country
What?
with rock stars
Not
and
pumping
all
my
the
own.
Right.
locals.
What?
get
Really?
pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, you walk into a strip club with a rock star, and all the girls, of course, are going to run to them because they got money. And then all the local guys get pissed, especially if you're out south.
Sure.
And then they start plotting,
Yeah.
and it gets
That's
ugly
just sad.
sometimes. You know?
Well,
Wake
you
up,
said
people.
you had done some Broadway for a bit.
Yeah.
And one of the shows you were Martin Lawrence's
Yep.
guy.
Yep.
And you said
That was a stand-up comedy. That was on Broadway. That was his comedy.
That was
show.
his comedy.
this is a comedy show. So
Yeah.
you were on tour with Martin Lawrence.
What a
And
great set that
Right.
is, though, the You So Crazy set.
Aaron
I
said it
bet
was the
video is-
easiest gig he'd ever had
bet.
because it was like a stool.
Stole two microphones
Two
and
microphones.
a CD player.
That's it.
That's awesome.
But he said every night ended up at a strip club.
Every night.
Could you imagine?
Took
That's
the tour-
that life, though, right?
Came off the
I don't see,
came
I'm
off
not
the
a
stage
fan of
into
the
the
strip
tour
club.
Yeah.
bus
I feel like why not just get a prostitute?
right to the strip club.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if
Whoa,
you're
whoa,
gonna
whoa.
spend all that money on a girl and not have sex with her.
No. Because one, you're spending money on only one prostitute, or 2, you're spending money on a
But
lot of
you don't get
prostitutes.
to do anything.
Or you're
with
spending the
them.
money
That's not
on.
always the case.
Oh well,
I'm not going
yeah,
to
I
pay to
guess
get an
the Asian
STD.
ones,
I think is
right?
my.
So once we dropped your photo on Facebook,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Scared everybody.
scared. Everybody's like, Aaron!
Social media went crazy.
Your dad's like, he's gonna be in Philly shooting a movie. I'm like, oh wait, no, it's a podcast in Wilmington.
in Wilmington.
I think
with
it's
that.
actually the complete opposite of what you're saying. It's a podcast
Philly.
in Delaware.
Unbelievable.
He was like, hey, Aaron's gonna be on a movie in Philly tomorrow.
I don't think that's what he sounds like.
He killed me.
Okay, well, look, I'm just
He's not
People
Frankie
either
Valley.
sound like
creating.
Stewie or-
Look, you and I both watched that documentary, all right? So
Yeah.
a bad impression is a good original.
What voice is that? I know that voice.
Yeah, I know that.
New on
voice.
Netflix. I know that voice.
Netflix.
Damn.
So some guy was like, oh, Slayer, Halloween.
Yeah.
Don't
Tell
tell
me-
that story.
We'll tell that story.
Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Is it not about porn people?
No, we're past the porn.
That's just for you and I on the morning show.
Okay.
Dude,
I was
and Sarah
Grand
J. in the
Rapids,
morning
Michigan. Orbit Room. Sold out show. Halloween night. Slayer.
Halloween night.
The first support band goes on. I can't remember who the opening band was, but we do set change, and the club owner is holding the show up. So we're like, these fans are getting kind of restless.
It's
out
like
here,
a half
man.
hour wait.
Right. Instead,
But it
it
turned
should
into
have been
like-
a half hour wait. It turned into about a 50-minute wait, and the fans were getting a little.
Restless.
Yeah.
The natives were getting restless.
So I'm out front, and I'm the promoter rep for Live Nation. Me and him were good friends, and we were out there like, man, we need to get this started because it's getting ugly. And sure enough, man, they started throwing stuff out of the ceiling, and then just in a mat, I went into the office. I said, you might want to start the show because you're going to lose your club in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I go back out. It's all out riot, man. All out. So here's
Just people are just breaking shit, pulling
Everything.
stuff down.
Yeah.
That's Slayer follower, followership.
drunk
What do you
Slayer
expect?
fans
Yeah.
on a Halloween
On
night.
Halloween.
So me and Ron are in the middle of the dance floor, and just pegging motherfuckers, just dropping them, pow, boom, and just dragging them outside and throwing them to the cops. The cops are handcuffing them and taking them into jail.
Wow.
Literally,
right
it was
in the paddy wagon. Like,
Yeah, I heard you were like, all right, look, we'll knock them out.
yeah, drag
Toss them to the cops.
toss them to the cops,
And
cops
you just go in.
handcuff 'em,
But
go
your
back
boy
in.
Ron got his nose broke.
Ron got his nose broke. Yeah.
Slayer shows.
He looked this way. I should have looked that way.
wow.
Oh, man, clock.
Yeah.
So you're just knocking dudes out, tossing them to the
Yeah,
cops.
pretty much. Yep.
Not even taking names, just like fuck you.
Creed.
dude, I'm out.
Creed.
You work with Creed?
Yeah, for 2 years.
With arms wide open.
Creed. Awful.
Sure. But no. 3 guys in the band are incredible people.
With the lead singer.
1 guy in the band is a total douchebag in the world.
So Creed. Now you told me this story, right?
Yeah.
You're sitting there and you're kind of working the pit area.
Yeah.
You're kind of working, you know.
Yeah.
And
making sure that he's okay.
and what state was this in?
This was in Florida.
So in Florida, you got these 2 drunk women.
Yes. Severely drunk.
And you've got this taped out area that says no entry pyrotechnics.
Pyrozone. Do not come near. You will be blown up. Let's
And-
run through.
Oh my God, it's Creed.
Yeah.
You get through.
I get through.
No, they get through.
Yes.
You go to stop them, and
Yeah. Well, what happened was 3 nights before that, I'm in the barricade, the crowd sways, and a bunch of people go down. And I didn't see them all come up.
Yeah.
So I dove into the crowd. There's 2 sisters that
Sounds
were...
like college for me.
There was
Bunch
2
of people went
kids.
down. Didn't see them all come.
Right.
come on, Sanchez.
So 2 of the girls are still on the ground. One's knocked out. One's broke her nose. It's over here.
Oh, good.
So I put her over top of my shoulder.
Well, the crowd starts swaying,
Right.
and then all of a sudden it
And
just
they fall.
collapses.
Right.
Jeez.
So I put her over my shoulder. I put her
That happened
back
at Sarah
over
J's
the
concert.
barricade.
Yeah, if you were my bodyguard, it'd be so easy. Like, all you have to get rid of is the weird old creeps on Facebook.
Sign me up. That's easy money.
Sorry, I just thought you're super pretty.
And they're like, get away. And they'd run.
Sarah J. I love Sarah
awesome.
J.
So I go back and get the other one, bring her back to the barricade, put her over, and as I'm climbing back over the barricade, I miss the step and overextend. My calf muscle splits in half.
Splits.
And I heard it pop like a mother. Pop. So I'm in the damn ambulance with the girls I just pulled out of the crowd. Right? So,
You're like, you're stupid whores.
yeah, thanks.
Sons of
Yeah,
bitches.
thanks a lot, horse.
So like a couple nights later, we're in Miami, and that's when the girls run through the pyro zone.
So a few days later,
Yes,
you're in Miami.
yes.
2 drunk women
Drunk women.
run through the
Those
pyro
Cubans,
zone.
I tell you
And
what,
about
you never know.
maybe 5 minutes before the pyro is supposed to go off,
Yeah.
they run through it.
Wow.
And I tackle them.
Drunk bitches ruin everything, right?
Everything.
They really do.
Everything.
Lives, they ruin lives
They're
and
the
pyrotechnics.
They
worst.
can't read nothing.
They can't read. I don't get drunk like that because I was a bartender and I've seen so many obnoxious girls where I'm just like, please
Yeah.
go away
Yes.
Absolutely.
from yourself.
Yes. Yes.
From yourself.
Go
Save
away
us
from
all.
yourself.
And this is my other thing, not to get off. When drunk girls wear high heels and can't walk, that's not sexy.
Well, no, here's the other thing
Just
is that
wear
there's a
a
lot of girls that
comfortable
wear
shoe.
high heels that shouldn't be wearing them in the first place.
Agreed.
Yes.
Once upon a time, I sold women's shoes. And
You're like Al Bundy.
it's like Al Bundy. Speaking of which, there is a Married with Children spinoff being planned with Bud Bundy.
No.
It's going to be what Bud
I heard
Bundy's
about
up to
this. I heard about this.
For real?
from now. Yeah,
They
it's
just
in the
can't come
works.
up with any new ideas. So
Well,
they
you
keep-
know, here's
That's
the
it.
thing: is that like
Except for Dorks and Forks until they buy
obviously.
us.
Yeah.
you know, Katie Seagal's prevalent because of Sons of
Right.
Anarchy.
Right,
She just
right,
got her star on the Hollywood Walk
I
of
like
Fame.
her.
Ed O'Neill's prevalent.
I love that
because,
Mel Brooks
Modern Family.
got a 6-finger prosthetic. To
Yeah,
do
for his
handprint.
Mel Brooks got an
Really?
extra finger on
That's
his
pretty
to do
cool.
his
Nice.
anything. So anyway, so these
Yeah.
prostitutes.
So, anyways, back to prostitutes.
So
They can
Ruining-
wear
So
heels.
yeah,
though.
so I tackle them right before the pyro goes off, re-pull my calf muscle,
Oh my
and popped
gosh.
again. So I'm in the ambulance again.
In the same night.
No, this was a
Oh,
couple.
okay.
couple
and you were
days
saying it
later.
would just be like,
Yeah,
you heard it.
literally heard it pop. Yikes! That's how bad it was. Yeah,
Yikes.
and I'm in agony, and paramedics put me on a stretcher and wheeled me over, and all my co-tour people were there saying, "You all right, man?" I was like, "No." It
So-
hurts.
So that's with Slayer.
No, I was with
No,
Creed.
Oh, Creed,
that
I'm
was
sorry.
Creed.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee,
Tommy Lee.
daughter's godfather.
Yeah, Tommy's the best guy in the world, man. He's just a big kid.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he's just
With a huge donger.
with a huge donger.
A big kid with a huge donger.
Yeah.
Much like my son Liam.
Your little boy, like
He's
I was
hung
over
like
here.
a horse.
I was over here a couple weeks ago, and
You must have
Gina-
got that from the Cipollone side. not
That's from the
Wild.
Itai side of the family.
That's
not
from the
Wild.
Italian side, not it's German.
No, you
Irish.
took his diaper off, and it was like,
Oh.
like it was like.
Yeah. Yeah. I was changing his diaper. He got a boner. I mean,
Oh,
at
that's
one,
always weird.
and it was like pointing at me.
Hey,
I was
you.
like, "Whoa!"
Hey,
it was like a snake coming out of like a wicker
It's like that
basket.
scene in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
Sergey, I mean,
keep
you've got a
your
daughter. You
damn
never had to
hands
I
off.
deal
don't
with
know
it.
about boys.
It was like, "Meh," and I'm like, you know what? Proud of you, son. Proud of you. Yeah, that was So, Tommy Lee,
Great guy. I love him to death.
daughter's godfather.
He's always been just a real person to me, man. He's
Well,
always
you
been-
got all your tattoos from all those guys. Like, got L.A. Sunset Strip,
Sunset Strip. Greg James.
Greg James,
Yeah.
who does all the rocks.
All the rockers. man.
That's where you got your ink.
Yep.
I mean, this is
You're like kind of awesome,
Oh,
right?
Kind of.
thanks.
Yeah,
Kind
just
of.
kind of.
Aaron. I mean, she's single.
Hey, that's good.
You're kind of awesome,
You
and she's
haven't-
single.
I'm awesome and she's single.
You're
That's
kind
another
of.
Trying to
marriage.
make
That's
him a
another
music
marriage right
biz.
there.
That's another marriage. Number 4, Sarah
4,
J. in the bag. That's great.
back?
She'd be
Wait,
like,
Sarah,
well,
in the
as long as you
in the
record my
back.
next album.
You know what? I'm 33, so you know what?
There you go.
Is that where you're batting right now, 33?
Yeah.
I mean,
Nowhere near
33
And,
is
and I have
cool.
people say like, oh well, you know, you're kind of getting too old. And I'm
A
like,
little long in the tooth.
Well, my
But look
dad,
at us.
My dad used to say that.
I mean,
I
about
have
the
at
30s.
least another
longer
10
than
years.
I mean, the
hotness.
30s. I mean, if you think about it, the 30s and 40s is when people really
I've hit
do.
I've like,
That's the prime of our life.
You've hit
Yeah.
your prime.
Yeah.
well, I'm like, I feel
not
like my
visually,
years are good right
but-
now. Right,
You know,
not visually.
Spiritually, inside.
spiritually,
On the inside.
craft wise,
My insides are very
artistically,
beautiful.
you're still women
You're
are still hitting
more
their prime
comfortable
in
with
the 30s.
yourself at that point.
Yes.
You've
After
you
19,
suffice all the, you know.
that's-
Well, when
With
I
all the
lived in
BS
I
and-
lived in New York City when I was 19, and I was like, I'm gonna be famous.
Sure,
blah,
sure.
Blah, blah. No
And then
money,
you lived
no
in New
nothing.
York.
I was like, when I'm 30, I'm giving up. And now,
Right.
obviously, that didn't happen.
Speaking
No,
of, I
but
went
I
down a
mean-
rabbit hole after I watched the Bully.
Exactly.
After I watched the Bully documentary
Oh yeah.
yesterday, I went down this weird documentary Netflix.
I was sure
rabbit
you
that
got to
happens
see
all the
it.
time.
You saw the whole
Oh
thing?
yeah, totally.
right
I
on.
totally watched the whole thing.
Right
I
on,
mean,
yeah.
it was show prep. You know
Right
what I
on.
mean? And went down that route, and then I watched something about Russian 13-year-old models,
I seen
and
that one.
then that was a little messed up.
Wait, have you ever seen? So wait, I know.
but then yeah,
I was gonna say I watch cuckoo documentaries on Netflix all the time, for a couple of reasons. One, I only have Apple TV because being an artist doesn't always pay the bills. But
Forever.
I'm a big fan of like the weirdo, like social, commentary type documentaries. Have you guys ever seen the documentary on Netflix called "I Think We're Alone Now"?
Is that about Tiffany?
It's about weirdo, creepy, like middle-aged fans of the 80s and 90s.
Of Sarah J.
I opened
artist
for
Tiffany.
Tiffany on my 30th birthday.
Shut up.
Yeah, down in Newark.
And she
right?
was such a bee. She didn't even say thank you to the urban. She didn't acknowledge. She was an hour late. She's country music. I idolized
country
her.
music. Ugh.
Like I idolized her. I wanted to be my firstborn Tiffany, and then I was so disappointed.
You have to watch that documentary. I Think We're Alone Now. It's like and on the cover it is like this guy, and he looks like there might be something wrong with him. Right. Genetically, and he's just like looking like the 40-year-old virgin, kind of like off into the distance, like, and it's like I think we're alone now in the corner, and it's like, oh god,
Yeah, I'll have to watch that.
So that
next.
sounds like my fans now. So maybe
It
I
might
do
be.
have a shot.
You are Wilmington's.
People are like, why do you
are the-
accept all these people? I'm like, because when I
Because
make
they
an
accept
album,
me.
they're gonna buy
Exactly.
right,
it. Sure.
exactly.
Exactly.
No, it's so weird. It's so weird.
So
It is weird.com.
.com.
all right, fair enough.
That's so funny. Whenever I see like a really unattractive person, and I try not to be super judgmental, but I am. If you know me, I am.
Right.
Unfortunately, but whenever I see somebody that's like,
Right.
not
genetically
yeah,
beautified.
I go, no thanks.com.
Oh right.
No thanks. Come you would.
No thank you.com, .org, .gov, .edu, .state.
So Aaron,
.us. Like no thank you.
Aaron, because this show is coming to an end.
You just keep hitting yourself in the head with.
If these earphones
Now
are
it's
very
time
big.
to say goodbye.
I found this thing on Amazon where it's like a hub for headphones, but you can plug your iPhone headphones jacks into it, and maybe that's what we'll go in the future. Oh, we're figuring it all out.
Where
The
we're
studio.
going, we don't need roads.
This Van
Thank
Buren
you.
Street
Back to the
Studios.
future.
We'll figure it out.
We just
But-
became best friends.
So Aaron, last guy you worked with,
CeeLo.
CeeLo Green.
My daughter
You know-
loves him.
And I would talk to you at work. Now we work at we do work at Light Action Productions out of Newcastle, Delaware.
Correct.
I do the theatrical rigging side. You were the shop manager
For a while.
and now you like hang,
Yep.
right? You do some stuff there. It's just great as a leader, having you there as a leader because you know what needs to get done. And but we Light Action Productions. We do like
Great company.
Yeah, we do a bunch of Red Bull stuff, a bunch of Mountain Dew stuff. We do Celebrity Beach Bowl.
DirecTV.
We do Firefly. We do
Actually,
Made in
something that you
America.
guys are doing that's coming up. That's kind of a subdivision of your company. With
If you say Zomprom,
no, I'm not going to say Zomprom. By the way, check out thezomprom.com. It's an event that's coming up on Halloween.
I always wanted to go
Bruce
to that.
Productions.
Bruce Productions is my company. No, it's right here in Delaware. It's
Really?
here in Delaware,
It's going to be held
Zomprom.
at Delaware Live.
Not to be confused with the
That's what I was
the
thinking
other
of.
Philly Zomprom. The
this is
Zombie
Delaware's-
Prom. This is the
that's
Zomprom.
Zomprom.
And we're also taking a bite out of breast cancer, and
Okay.
proceeds go to help
What is
breast
that, a
cancer
kilt
with
crawl
that.
or something?
It's a,
Oh my God, what
wait,
a good
the kilt
idea.
Crawl. That's a really great idea. We should do one of those.
We should do a kilt crawl.
We should do that one of
Like
those.
a bar crawl that
When you
that
wear a
goes
kilt.
against like you wear a kilt
and we fight cancer.
and maybe it could be like the mile
Coming up
from-
on the next episode of Dorks and Forks, we'll talk more about the kilt crawl. But real quick, Light Action is doing like a subdivision of Light Action, I guess, quote unquote subdivision, or the Riverfront.
Yeah, Riverfront.
Audio.
Riverfront.
Which is
Yeah,
where
that's
I work with them more than.
Right.
I'm an audio guy. I'm not really a light.
So on September 20th, which is also my birthday, on the Riverfront,
That's like real soon.
it's Saturday. This coming Saturday, September
Rad.
20th,
Yeah.
will be the Boys and Girls Club Day for Kids, which
Okay.
is
I sang at
something.
that a few times.
Yeah, something that my company, Bruce Productions, is chairing that
Word.
event this year.
Yeah.
And that'll be a great free event for all of the people in the community to come take your kids to and have some fun, live music,
It's a nice day.
live
there.
fare, the whole 9 yards, and some very reasonable priced food if you're hungry while you're there. So Day for Kids, check them out on DelawareDayForKids.org.
Right on.
Yeah, right on.
So,
And
anywho,
I'm singing in Philly on the 19th in case anyone.
Yeah.
there you go. On Friday the 19th.
Lickety Split. It's on South Street.
You want me to do what?
What?
I look at you sometimes
porn
and I
stars
think
there.
lickety split.
No.
No, I'm gonna come see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
awesome.
Yep.
And that's good because I'm singing with a Boy Wonder. He's like, do you know who he is?
It's Robin.
He's from Philly, but he's like a
Batman's
really good
Snapchat.
guitar player.
Do you know who Anthony Galuccio is?
I do. We're
Sure,
friends
over
on
here at
Facebook,
Galuccio's.
But yeah, I don't like.
He owns
know him.
Galuccio's.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here, pizza shop.
He's a very good friend of mine.
Oh
And
really?
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
one of the most talented guitar players you'll ever see in this area.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Really?
absolutely.
Maybe we can set these two up.
And he had every Friday and Monday.
Yeah, the open mic.
mic.
The open
Colucci's
mic,
Michael's
Colucci's,
Mic.
I'm
yeah.
gonna take you up there.
That's your boy?
That's my boy.
Oh, yeah?
I've worked for every band he's ever been in.
Really?
Yep.
Who knew?
Oh no.
Who
It's a
knew?
Small wonder. Everyone's a place to be.
So
Man, get
Friday
Sarah
the
J in your
19th,
database,
Sarah J,
and
you're
there you
at
go.
Lickety Split.
Lickety Split in
It's
Philly.
on South Street.
On
Yeah,
South
I don't know
Street.
the exact time, but if you go on my page, Sarah J, or heysarahj.com.
Right.
Hey, Sarah J.
Aaron, anything new coming up for you, gig wise, or are you just hanging out doing your thing?
I'm laying low right now. Like I just spent 2.5 years with CeeLo, and I'm just chilling right now and
Yeah.
see what comes.
What's the craziest CeeLo story you got?
Look, I always
nice?
imagined
Yeah.
CeeLo
Okay,
Green.
yeah.
I always imagined CeeLo Green was like, you walk into a room, right? It's got to be double door.
That's
You walk into a double door room,
With like velvet ropes.
and there's a ginormous bed.
He's very lavish.
Leopard
Like,
print.
It's him in the middle.
And then his cat.
No, okay, sure, a
No,
cat.
he has that
The bird,
I could see
that's
that
the
on the
bird.
voice.
but like a really weird looking cat.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
His cat and a woman of every race and creed.
Give me the rainbow.
But those women were also depicted in an oil painting above his bed.
it's like the Sistine
All at the
Chapel.
same time.
That's really close.
That's
That's CeeLo
That's what his
Green.
writer says
Yeah.
for sure.
That's in his rider. I only want yellow M&Ms.
There was a really
and
good.
every woman of every
Every woman
race.
that's hot.
So
in my room.
yeah, once upon a time I worked for a local music venue whose name I'll leave out of the
No
picture right now.
say.
And one of my friends of mine and a former roommate of mine is the booking agent there. And recently she posted something about a writer saying that like this artist wants a dog to pet in between sets off stage. The dog can be donated or from the SPCA or somebody's dog.
And
from
what do you
the
do after
staff.
that dog?
And that's it.
Now-
Just between sets, he or she wants to come off stage and be able to
Wait,
pet.
when you say he or she, do you actually know who?
I'm not naming names or naming venues.
No,
Here,
I'm not naming
Just
names.
name a name,
venues.
not a venue.
I'm not doing either of those
Come on,
things.
Sanchez.
But if Christiana LaBuzz happens to work for a local venue here where she's a booking agent,
here's why it might work.
somebody might
because
be able to figure that
the
out.
reason is that the promoters see so many riders.
We've seen ridiculous ones in my
like
time too, working
thousands.
for venues.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
So some artists put in some crazy requests to make sure that they read the rider.
right.
Okay,
Just to see that
Oh,
it's
yeah.
actually happening. Yeah.
right. Because a lot of say, okay, dressing room rider, we'll just cross that out and we'll give them what we give them. Food wise, we'll cross that out and give them what they give them. If there's a crazy dog that needs to be there, they actually read it. And they do know what they need.
No, and then maybe that's respect for the venue going forward in the
Yeah.
grand scheme of things. But I mean, I've seen lots of crazy requests and writers in my time. It's just cuckoo. But
Yeah.
this dog was being one of them, of
See,
course.
Jayla, we actually were in Atlanta doing a show for the Prez.
Yeah.
Obama. And
This is on YouTube,
is it?
right?
I'm sure it is.
think
I
it
heard
is.
you watch
I
a
think
video.
this CeeLo-
He's
yeah.
singing "F you,"
Yes.
To the president.
And we're like, no.
and you're
I'm on the side
stage
of this-
left, right? Or
and
you're
I'm-
like stage right.
Stage right. And I'm
Stage
like,
right.
no cussing.
Right, because he was like, "Hey, Aaron, is it cool if I say fuck you
Yeah.
instead of forget you?" And Aaron's like, no,
no,
but he
no
thought
cussing.
it was okay
Right,
to
I
say
said
it.
no cuss.
So he's there in front of
All the Republicans or Democrats.
President Obama, his wife, his
Right.
kids.
Yeah, you
And
know.
he's up there going, "Fuck you
Yeah.
and fuck her too."
And-
And Aaron's stage right going, "No, it's not
Yeah,
okay."
Right. So and then we had a private show that night in Cancun.
Yeah.
So we had to fly out of there, go to a private jet, and we had to have wheels up by 4:30 because once the Air Force One takes over, they shut down airspace for like an hour.
Right.
If you don't get up by 4:30, you're done.
You're not going anywhere.
Right.
Wow.
So we're like hustling ass trying to get there. We just made it in time.
Wow.
We fly to Cancun. I get off the plane. I go to the stage. It's some guy's birthday party. He's spent like $10 million. Build a stage on the beach of Cancun.
I can't even get a pizza sometimes.
Yeah, right.
Farrah.
See, that's why I know I can handle fame. A, don't party. B, I'd be happy just to get,
A pizza.
a couple dollars.
I'll give you pizza and a couple dollars.
Throw a bone, please.
Right though? Humble.
So then he's singing, fuck, forget you. And the guy who's throwing the party walks on the stage. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy walking on the stage? And I'm going to low security. I'm like, who's that?
Yeah.
Get him. And thank God he didn't tackle him because it was the guy who threw the party.
Oh, jeez.
He brings Gwyneth Paltrow on stage.
Oh no.
Because Gwyneth did that song in Glee.
Everybody
in
hates
Glee.
Gwyneth Paltrow. but
Yeah.
go on.
In Glee. She
How
sang
can you
that
break
song.
poor Coldplay's heart?
I know, right? Apple. Me and the kid Apple too, of all things.
So Gwyneth and Lowe finished the song out together. Yeah, but she was drunk.
Yeah.
Drunk.
She's like a skinny bird.
Yeah.
The first time Gwyneth
She's such a
Paltrow-
rich girl, and her dad.
She
my
is like
dad
a rich
cooks
girl.
for me.
Like,
That's
my
gonna be Gia, except my
godfather,
dad's not
Steven
her.
Spielberg. My
you know, what
first
did she
movie
call
was
her
Hook.
divorce? Like, it was some weird thing that she called their divorce.
Oh, it was a amicable separation.
Yeah, let's get real,
Yeah,
people.
right.
She's like in my father's kitchen. That's gonna
She's
be
like,
Gia. That's
when
gonna be her
Madonna's
mom.
British
Oh, yeah.
all of a sudden, like, I don't understand.
Her mom, Blythe Danner, is
Gwyneth
like one of the
Paltrow.
greatest actresses
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
all
I love
time.
her.
Yeah, she's a sweetie.
Oh look, man.
This has been great.
We had a blast today. It's I'm afraid we're out of time.
Right on,
We've
man.
never been out of time
There's
before.
actually things we haven't talked about
I know.
yet.
I
I mean,
either.
we could
wow.
totally do this again.
We do this forever.
Sarah J, Aaron Dilks.
Rocking.
Guys,
Thank
please, thank you so much for coming out.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Anytime you have something coming out, I know you've got a remix coming out, Sarah. Aaron, anytime we could have you guys back on the show, it'd be great.
It'd be
on,
awesome. Again, Sarah and I are probably going to break off and do a morning show.
Right. I
gonna
live
happen.
0.8 miles
Aaron
down the
and his
road.
boy
fine.
is going to do an uncensored music review or something.
Yes,
Sweet.
Podcast.
Sarah and Dan in the
That
Make
morning.
Dorks
sure
and
you
Forks
tell
is gonna
CeeLo
produce.
if he needs a backup singer. I'm available.
Me too.
Gotcha.
I'm also available.
He
I'm
through
not.
him left and right. He's only been through about, since I was with him for 2.5 years, he went through 12 background
Oh my
singers.
goodness. Well, if
Sexually
he
or
wants to
just
sign
in
a new
general?
artist, I'm available for
Wow.
that too.
Right on.
Good Lord.
I
You
love
know?
to pimp myself out to
So
anyone.
that was it. Episode 2 of Dorks and Forks podcast. You can check us out on dorksandforks.com. We have some great. We never talked about the pretzels. Whatever. It's super
They're
pretzels.
We
really
were
good.
eating pretzels here. They were fantastic.
They're
With
making
some,
me thirsty.
with some
I mean,
salted butter that was, oh my God, never have
European.
a pretzel with mustard again.
Yeah.
You could eat the butter with a spoon.
Yeah,
can-
literally.
Yeah. I don't know if this will be
There's
on our,
so many things
our
I have
website.
to say right now, Sarah. I can't even go for
Next
it.
this.
time.
Real quick before we leave, community board. Obviously, we talked about Day for Kids, Saturday, September 20th at the Riverfront. Also, of course, we mentioned earlier the Delaware Sanger Bun Oktoberfest going from the 19th
I
to
think
the
we're
21st.
gonna be there, right? On that
We will be
Sunday,
there on that Sunday, the
Us
21st.
and the whole fam family.
Yep.
And we're going to be taking pictures and putting it
Be
on
doing
our
some
Twitter and
remote
Facebook.
recording there, as well as coming up on September 27th. Great organization, which I work with all the time, Shooting Warriors. Check them out on shootingwarriors.org. They help outfit veterans transitioning back into the workforce.
Right on.
With suits to go on interviews. We're having a great event for them on the 27th of September called Ropes for Hopes at Go Ape at Lum's Pond. It's a great zipline event where we can go and raise money for these veterans and whatnot. So yeah, check all those things out. The Oktoberfest also starting on Monday the 15th is the Polish Festival here in Wilmington, Delaware.
When does that start?
It starts on the 15th.
Oh, great.
We'll have links to this, polishfestival.net, ropesforhopes.com, delawaredayforkids.org, the whole 9 yards, delawaresangerbun.org. Everything is will be on our website, and check it out. That's what's going on in the community this week in Delaware, and we'll be back in October with our next show, coming to you live from Kevin Conroy's Cafe here in Wilmington.
Kevin Malloy.
Malloy, oh my God, man, I'm just like...
Who's Kevin Conroy?
Kevin Conroy is the voice of Batman, I think, is what's going in my head.
Very cool.
That's
You just watched
So-
that documentary.
I know that voice.
I know that voice.
On Netflix this week, new
So
on
Kevin
Netflix.
Malloy, we'll be there October 3rd.
October
We're
3rd,
gonna be
broadcasting
recording.
live.
We have some big surprises, but we're gonna book some other guests.
That's right.
And, that should be interesting. You can
Yep.
check me out at Brian Wall Photography on Facebook.
That's right.
And dorksandforks.com.
At Dorks and Forks on Twitter, also at Celebrity Death Toll for me for all your latest up and coming
If you wanna be
notable
uplifted.
deaths. Yeah,
And
for
Sarah
uplifting
J,
things.
Sarah J, where can we find you?
You can go to Facebook, look up Sarah J, or you can do to
With an H.
heysarahj.com.
HeySarahJ.com.
Or you can just Google
Sarah J.
Sarah
and
J.
YouTube.
With an
and
H.
subscribe to
YouTube.
and subscribe to your YouTube channel.
Yeah,
your Sarah
subscribe
J.
to that.
Please, it's
Go
all
to my
about subscription.
house.
That's right.
So sponsorship, subscription equals sponsorship. So subscribe.
Subscribe.
I mean, a lot of times,
Subscribe on there.
yeah, a lot of times,
Subscribe.
when we look at people and we're like, hey, we're looking for sponsorship for our website, and they're like, well, what's your outreach on Facebook and
Right. No,
and
it's
YouTube?
important. Social media is everything.
Yeah,
That's right.
so please subscribe to Sarah J's YouTube channel, and of course our
Subscribe
Dorks
to
and
my
Forks.
life.
That's
and
right.
Aaron,
And Aaron
Dilks. I know you're on Facebook.
I am on Facebook, yeah.
You'll find Aaron on Facebook. and,
Dilks, Dilks, and it's Aaron, Aaros.
2 A's.
2 A, double
Yeah.
A. That's what everyone calls
Aaron.
Double A.
Aaron.
R-O-N.
Well, that was a lot of fun today, I think,
Totally.
for us. So from Dorks and Forks, this is Dan Sanchez, and
Brian Wild.
we'll see you next time.
Yeah,
Right on.
totally, man. Thanks for
Rock and roll.
Boom.
That's it, man. We'll see you next month.
We can't afford real music.
This is your outro music.
That's what I thought.